I'm crashing out and I just give up. I'm gonna just find this Articuno on my own. Or maybe I'll at least film it. I don't know. It's never, or it hasn't been bad except, oh, oops. That's 54. It hasn't been this bad. Well, the last time it was really bad was last time, but before then, we had no issues. So I really don't know what the problem is. I really don't know. I was like, is it because of my AirPod? Or not AirPod. I meant to say iPad. That was 55. Or what could it be? Like my laptop's off, so that's not using anything. I put my iPad in airplane mode. I don't know. Hi, Shadow de Miguel. They said I think that's Portuguese. That's 56, by the way. I think they're asking, do you play Pokemon? I do. Hi, Frank Senpai. Please, I swear, I said this earlier. I don't know if you caught this, but if it feels one more time, I'm just gonna crash out and call it a night. Maybe it's not the day. uh, Thank you, Shadow de Miguel. I don't know. We're just gonna see how this third time's the charm, right? I hope. It's 58. Hi, Dark Oasis. They said, good luck getting the shiny. I've been super lucky in Sea Glass recently. Ooh, what have you caught recently? I want to know. They said, Shadow de Miguel said, Mina favorita. That Pokemon's your favorite? Me too. That was 59. Frank Senpai said, no, don't rage quit. Sometimes you have to. Because it's like, if it keeps cutting off on me, then it's like, oh, maybe it wasn't meant to be, you know? Maybe tonight's not the night. We're about to find out. That was 60. Shadow de Miguel, I'm like, since I know Spanish, I can kind of understand Portuguese, but not 100%. They said, a minha vida do Pokemon é Dragonite. I might have butchered that. Pralavin Haito? That was 61. I think they were saying their favorite Pokemon is Dragonite. I don't blame you. Dragonite, chef's kiss. Frank Senpai said last stream worked after the third shot. Yeah, that's true. So maybe third time is the charm. I literally reset my phone too. I was like, what is going on? Dark Oasis said, you inspired me to hunt the legendaries. So I got a shiny Rayquaza first, then shiny Mew, shiny Latios, nice. And then I think I stopped hunting Groudon last. Wow, congrats though, that's amazing. Yeah, of the shiny legendaries and mythicals, that was 63 by the way, that I've caught so far. Shiny Mew is my favorite. It's just, Mew's one of my favorites, and then that like light pastel blue color is just, oh, so pretty. I hope you had fun chasing down Mew, like like I did. Oh, but I love that for you. I can't remember if that was 64 by the way. Oh yes, I do plan to hunt shiny Groudon, but I don't plan to hunt shiny Kyogre, just because I'm not really a huge fan of shiny Kyogre. I like default Kyogre. Hi Tay Tay, they asked what version is this? It's Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass. It's actually a ROM hack. This is Soft reset 65, by the way. Oh my gosh, I realized I wasn't saying your whole username, but we're gonna keep it just as Shadow de Miguel. They said, Mina vida do Pokemon Pikachu, Pokemon Metal. Wait, I gotta read that. That was 66. I think they're saying they've played Pokemon their whole life and that Dragonite's their favorite. And I think they said, I might have interpreted it wrong, that they started out with a yellow version. I think that's what I assume from them mentioning Pikachu. Yes, Dark Oasis. I also love the shinies in this game. They look so good. I'm a sucker for the 8-bit sprites. You know, just 2D Pokemon. And then like they changed up some of the shinies too. So after shiny Groudon, what's gonna be your next hunt? That was 68, by the way. Shiny Articuno at 69. You're funny, Frank Senpai. Hi, Smoke Firebud. This is Emerald Sea Glass. It's a ROM hack of Emerald. That was 69. Yes, me too, Dark Oasis. I really love all the shinies in this game. And yes, Smoke Firebud, it's not a normal Pokemon game. Ash said, you know what they say, Miss Iris, third time's the charm. Yes, I really hope so. That was 70. Because if not, I'm just gonna give up. I'll actually continue another shiny hunt that I'm doing, but one that I'm doing on my own. Because technically, I'm doing like, if I count this one, I'm technically doing like 4 shiny hunts in like 4 different games. It's kind of crazy. That's 71, by the way. Oh, bye, Ash. I'm glad you got to make it, though. It was nice seeing you, and I hope school is great tomorrow. And if you have to go to work, I hope work's good tomorrow. But yes, shiny Articuno needs to show itself. Good night, Ash. I'm so sick of seeing Moltres. Dark Oasis said, maybe Kyogre. I want to go for Deoxys, but I think those are a requirement first. Oh, yeah. I forgot what exactly you have to do. But I'm sure if you Google it online. But that Sailor and Moss Deep will give you... I think he gives you the ticket to go to Kyogre's location. That was 73. I can't remember if I have Deoxys on my list for shiny legendaries that I want to catch, but most likely, I think so. I have it written down in my journal. It's been fun, like, checking it off as it goes, or as I go. Smoke Firebud said these ROM hacks have always been cool. Yeah, they are. Shadow de Miguel said their favorite Pokemon is, I think they mentioned Dragonite and Pikachu. Oh, that's what they were saying. And that they love Pokemon. Aw, they're so cute. Love to you too, brother. That was a 75, by the way. Dark Oasis said, oh, if you're looking for a new ROM hack to play, I'd recommend Pokemon Odyssey. You can even get it as a CIA file on your 3DS. Ooh, tell me more about it. Because right now, on my current rotation, I'm playing... That was 76. Obviously, Emerald Sea Glass. And then I'm also playing Crystal Clear, but I'm doing a Nuzlocke in that one. And I only really started playing or replaying Heart Gold because I started using my Pokewalker back in June when I got it fixed. and I decided to do some shiny hunting there. And what's the other game I was playing? I feel like I'm missing a game. It's Hard Gold, Crystal Clear, Emerald Sea Glass. It's not a main series game, but I was playing Pokemon Pinball. Like when I get sick of everything, I play Pokemon Pinball. That was 78. Hi, Mac Daddy Death Jam. They said when Millie Reese says, no, don't wish that upon me. Why would you do that? I don't claim that energy. Smoke Firebud said, everyone bow down to Arceus. Do you guys say Arceus or Arceus? I go back and forth between the two, but I never know which one's official anymore. That was 79, by the way. Hi, Blue Legend. Oh my gosh, welcome back. Mac Daddy Death Jam said, would Mew be baby Jesus then? I consider Mew to be baby Jesus then if Arceus is God. We're gonna reset. That was 80. Dark Oasis said, Pokemon Odyssey is based off the Etrian, is that how you say it? Odyssey series, where you travel through the Yggdrasil, which has 8 different stratums. You start as a girl named Nyx with the Minun and Pulsel, who are buffed. Oh, interesting. Oh, so it's like one of those, by the way, that was 81, that has its own plot, not like going by the vanilla game that it's based on. That's cool. Also, shiny odds are like 1 in 1,000, I think. Oh, that I like those odds. Frank Senpai said, come on, shiny. I know, right? Dark Oasis said, I say Arceus from the Arc phone in, is it Platinum? That was 82, by the way. Smoke Firebuzz said, I say Arceus like Arceus. Yeah, I go back and forth between both pronunciations because I'm like, I don't know what's what anymore. Dark Oasis said, yes, the plot is so good too. I've never played the game it's based on either, and I still enjoyed it. Oh, very nice. That's how you know it's a good game, even if like you're not familiar with what it's based on. I will add it to my list. Hold on, I gotta take a screenshot or something of the chat so I won't forget. I'm about to do that real quick. Nice. Okay, I just realized I moved the camera a bit. But yeah, it's been so fun playing ROM hacks. I love ROM hacks. Shout out to the people that make them. They make playing Pokemon so much more fun. Or like, for example, like with this ROM hack, it's like replaying Emerald, but in a new point of view, in a new light. It's giving it a breath of fresh air. I don't know how else to describe that. That was 85. And then with playing Crystal Clear, it's like, well, it might have been a different experience if I wasn't doing a Nuzlocke, but it's pretty cool since you're not restricted and you're not having to do for example, like I don't have to fight my rival. That was 86, by the way, in like Team Rocket. It's also scary because my mons can die. A few of them have died, but so far, at least my starter is still thriving. Smoke Firebud said, yeah, I used to play Pokemon ROM hacks like 10 years ago. Nice. That was 87, by the way. Dark Oasis said, have you seen the new ROM hack by the same dev who made Sea Glass? It's called Pokemon Lazarus. Yes, I'm so excited to play it, but I'm waiting until, you know, the full game comes out, and then even then, I'm gonna wait until, like, they've solidified the updates, because I remember with, like, Emerald Sea Glass, you know, when they were coming out with updates frequently, so I was like, I was waiting until they were done with that, and I kind of like gave up since I got the 2.1 version. I was like, I don't think I need the newer one. I've already invested enough time in this game because I don't know how to transfer my save file. I'm sure there's a way. That was 89, by the way. Dark Oasis said the day and night cycle is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love that they implemented that in the new one. Oh, I can't wait to play that game. Dark Oasis also said they are also adding a ton of custom megas too. So excited. Ooh, that's gonna be fun. You're making me even more hyped for it. That was 90, by the way. They're doing great things for the community. I feel like I need to lock in some of these games. Because, like, the only reason why I'm still playing Emerald Sea Glass is for the Battle Frontier, and I'm stuck at the Battle Tower still. And then Shiny Hunting. Other than that, I think I've accomplished everything else I wanted to accomplish. Oh, wait, no. I plan to complete my Pokedex, yeah. So I have to do that too. That was 92, by the way. But, you know, it's like all post-game stuff. Smoke Firebud said, I like that the Pokemon have more animations because they used to just be still when you battle. Yeah! I love that. That's what Gen 2 is known for. They're the ones that started having animated sprites. And then, were they animated in Gen 3? I think they took them away, which was weird. But I think, did they bring them back in Emerald? I don't remember. Frank Senpai said, curse Moltres, literally. It really is. I'm so sick of seeing that rubber chicken. Whoops. Geo Rides to Jay-Z said, what up, twin? Hi, Geo. How are you? Hi, Larissa. Frank Senpai said, vicariously shiny hunting through you has been very fun indeed. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, no, I feel like, I was like, that was 94, by the way. I still consider myself like a newbie to shiny hunting. I'm like, I feel like I've just become an unhinged shiny hunter. But then again, the odds are really good in this game. So that's kind of why I went kind of crazy with shiny hunting. Blue Legend asks, how have you been? Long time no stream. Haha. No, seriously. Yeah, I've just been really busy in my personal life. That was 95, by the way. And also, like, usually after work now, I'm like working out at home. And that takes up a good chunk of my afternoon. And then by the time I'm done, it's dinner time, then shower time. And then it's like I barely have time left. I gotta go to bed. But other than that, it's been good. Oh my gosh, wait. For those of you that watch it, have y'all seen the Demon Slayer movie? I watched it this past weekend. I won't go into details in case you haven't watched it, but oh, it was so good. I don't know why in my mind I thought they were really going to wrap up the whole series with the one movie, but no, of course they're going to come out with more. But in my mind I was like, this is it. This is the end of Demon Slayer. And then it's like, oh, no it's not. That was 97, by the way. But yeah, how have you been? How have you guys been? Larissa said, listen to me. I want you to say one word, and if you say it, I will subscribe. I don't want you to subscribe just because I say something. I would rather you subscribe because you actually want to subscribe. And if you don't want to subscribe, you don't have to. Smoke Firebud said, the original Pokemon movies were magical when I was a kid. Oh my gosh, yes. They really were. Me too. I think I saw something recently. That was 99. That they're putting the first 3 movies on YouTube for free. And I was like, that's crazy. Because, like, in December, I literally bought a DVD set that had, like, all 3 movies in one one DVD. So I was like, oh, well, at least now I have the option to watch it for free on YouTube. That was 100. Mag Daddy Death Jam said, wish the Kalos starters didn't have a mega paywalls. Like, what? No, I agree. Like, why? Why did they have to do that? I think I remember seeing, like, a meme saying, like, they're already taking our money before the game even comes out. Like, with DLCs. That was 101. But they look cool. I will say that. I do love that they gave them megas. And they look really cool. Blue Legend said, oh my gosh, the Demon Slayer movie was fire. Who is your favorite character during the movie? So, one of my favorite characters is Shinobu. And we already know what happened to her. So, yeah. I also really love Gyu. Love Rengoku, but you know, R.I.P. to him. he's been gone. Sorry, not sorry if that was spoilers for somebody. And also like my number one fave from the beginning was Tanjiro. I love him. He's such a good bean. That was 103. Those are some of my favorite characters from the show. What about you? But throughout the movie, like, I thought it was cool that we got to learn about, I think his name is Akaza? Is that his name? That one demon? We got to learn his backstory. Oh, my heart. And then we found out what happened to Zenitsu's grandpa. Oh, also my heart. Smoke Firebud said, I keep hearing about this Demon Slayer anime, but it looks like any other anime to me. LOL. You just gotta check it out. I think it's great. It's, by the way, that was 105. I think it's a great anime. Oh, Larissa, you're funny. Why though? Also, no, like, if you're gonna subscribe, I want you to subscribe because you want to, not just because I say something. That's 106, by the way. Frank Senpai said, I think the manga has finished up, so I just left as the anime. Definitely can't wait to go watch the movie. Yeah, the manga has been wrapped up. It is just the anime that's left. They can take as long as they need with these movies. Like, they can't fumble Demon Slayer. That was 107. So if Mappa needs to take as much time as they need to animate it and all that, and so the animators don't get burnt out, so be it. Smoke Firebud said, that's nice they are putting the movies free on YouTube. Yeah. I think it's on the official Pokemon YouTube channel. That was 108. Frank Senpai asked, are you more into anime subs or dubs? I watch it sub, and I usually watch a sub, like, ever since I found out, like, at least what I learned through Sailor Moon, that, you know, they would change things and cut things out in, like, the dubs. So I was like, oh, I feel like I've been missing out on, even if it's, like, very minor, like, I'm missing out on, like, the full series. So since then, I've just always been watching in sub. But I don't think one is better than the other. That was 110. Is it... Hi, little boy 13X. They said hi. I don't know why you want to see my forehead, Jimmy. That's funny. Yes, Frank Senpai, I love Gyu. He's so funny, like, without even trying. That was 111. I agree, Mac Daddy Death Jam. Nintendo is tripping. I don't know if it's Nintendo making this. I feel like it's them. Making, or, like, having things behind a paywall, or if it's Game Freak themselves, but... Capitalism is capitalisming. That was 112. Hi, Ethan's in the earth. That's a fun username. You're funny, Mac Daddy Death Jam. They said Zenitsu had his arc. Still a perverted lightning bolt. Yeah, he is. But I feel like he's grown. That was 113. Like he's had some character development. Blue Legend said, "I know, right? So sad what happened to Shinobu. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, because now I really want to know what is gonna happen to. Oh my gosh, why do I always forget her name? Oh my gosh, what is her name? This is gonna bother me. I gotta Google it. Give me 1 second. Oh shoot! Wait, I forgot. I cut off the internet on my iPad. What is that girl's name? You know, like the. I'm like blanking, but you know who I mean. Like who shows up after the fact. Anyways, let me keep reading. That was 115. Oh wow, what card is it, Larissa, that's worth 10k that you have? I love that you also love Pokemon. Oh my gosh, hi, bleh, I can't talk. Hi, Weird Guy 2760. They said, hi, can't join for long. I gotta shower soon, but I might have more time after said shower. Aw, thank you for stopping by, but yes, I hope you enjoy your shower. That's what I did too before hopping on the stream. It's always nice to shower before bed. Or at least that's how I feel. Blue Legend said Tanjiro was so goated throughout the movie and Zenitsu surprised me. Akaza's backstory was so sad I almost cried. Almost. No, for real. I teared up during his backstory. And I teared up when we saw Zenitsu's grandpa. Ah. Frank Senpai said, dubs have so many great voice actors, but subs is definitely better. The emotions reach out for sure. That was 118. Yeah, no, especially like older anime, they have so many iconic voice actors and actresses. Hi, Wheezy. Mac Daddy Death Jam said, Butterfly Samurai. Yes, the Butterfly Hashira. That's Shinobu. But no, I'm talking about... She's not her younger sister. Why am I forgetting her name? I don't remember her name. Weird Guy 2760 said, I have 3 immersive Suicune EX cards in TCG Pocket. Oh my gosh. First of all, that's crazy. Your luck is insane. That was 120. But I actually recently pulled one and I was so happy. I think it was like on Wednesday I pulled it. I was like, oh my god. Hi, General Obvious. They said, comfy game. Yeah, Emerald Sea Glass is very comforting, very nostalgic. Mac Daddy Death Jam said, Akaza, or Aza. I can't talk. Oop, there we go. That was 121. Azaka's the only redeemable demon in the pack. Yeah, at this point, yeah. I'm never gonna forgive. Is it Duma? I don't know how you say his name. General Obvious said Pokemon Indigo League is pure grunge. That's 122. Blue Legend said, right, the worst part is about all this is that we gotta wait like 2 years for the next movie. I thought there was only one movie too. Yeah. We're literally the clown emoji for thinking that. But it's okay. So be it. I'll wait however long they make us wait for it. Because it's gonna be great. That was 123. Smoke Firebud. You know what? I need some water. Maybe this is why we're just tripping on our words. Anyways. Smoke Firebud said Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and Pokemon Ranger was awesome. So I haven't played Pokemon Ranger. That was 124. But I've played at least the original Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, and yes, I love, love, love them. I have Pokemon Ranger on my 3DS still, so I need to play it. Right now though, we're juggling too many games, so I'm like, ooh, I gotta chill out before I start another game. That was 125. Mac Daddy Death Jam said Duma. Ah, thank you. Yes, Frank Senpai, we gotta hydrate. Oh, you're funny, General Obvious. They said this might be a hot take, but I think gold and silver are better than crystal because Mareep. That was 126. To be fair, that's a valid point. I want to know, why did they take out Mareep? Like, that was terrible for that. Or it was terrible that they did that. But I still love crystal. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Oh my gosh, hi Bira-sama. That was 127. They asked, did you see the trailer for that Pokemon Pokopia game? I did. I thought it was interesting. It's like someone said in the comments of the trailer that it's like, we've always wanted this, but we just were not expecting it to be like a Ditto is what you play as that is pretending to be a human. That was 128, by the way. And then I also saw those theories of like, oh my gosh, does this mean that like that Ditto, like who it transformed into is like either a deceased trainer that they had or they were abandoned by their trainer? I'm just like, that's so sad to think about. That was 129. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get it. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna get it upon release, but eventually I'd like to play it. Because it's like we finally got what we wanted. Yeah, exactly. Pokemon X Animal Crossing. Smoke Firebud said, you gotta play Pokemon Ranger. It's a great game for the DS. I will, because yeah, I've seen people playing it. That was 130, by the way. And I'm like, oh, what game is that? And it's Pokemon Ranger. I love the art style of it. It looks fun. I want to do that crazy hunt for a shiny Manaphy egg. That's going to be crazy, but it's going to be fun. That was 131. Weird Guy 2760 said, I recently beat Black 1. Now I'm on to White 2. Black 2 ROM on my 3DS just wasn't saving. Ah, gotcha. Oh yeah, you were saying that you were playing that in previous streams. I'm glad that you finally beat it. Congrats. Where is this shiny? It is 132. General Obvious said, that's funny. Brock is Ash's true dad. I guess. Smoke Firebud said, I like that Pokemon Heart Gold brought a Pokewalker accessory. I used to love it when I was younger. Yeah, I got mine fixed back in June. That was 133. And I've been using it ever since. I think the last time I checked, oh, I don't have it near me. I think I left it somewhere. Yeah, not in my room. Oh wait, no, it's right here. I knew I brought it back with me. I don't know if you can see this. It's not focusing. Kind of. So we got our 10k steps in today. And then... Hold on. Let's reset. That was 134. It's gonna tell you. It's been 98 days so far. But of those 98 days, I've missed 2. Like, I forgot my Pokewalker at home. And I was like, oh, yikes. Blue Legend said, you need to play the Mystery Dungeon Explorer games. If you haven't, they're really good. Oh, yes, I have, oh, what is it called? I think Explorers of Sky. That was 135 on my DS, ready to go. I don't know when I should start playing the side games or the spin-off games of Pokemon, because right now I'm trying to get through replaying the core series games. So I'm like, oh, when should I start the spin-off series? Well, I mean, technically we are playing one, which is Pokemon Pinball, but it's different than the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. General Obvious said, oh yeah, one time I replayed Emerald with Trico. I'm sad to say, as much as I love Trico in the anime, in Emerald he makes the game so frustrating. Really? That's 137. I love Trico too. But I don't remember how I felt about using it in the game. Oh no! Smoke Firebud said, I missed my Pokewalker. I lost it. No! That was 138. I feel your pain, because I remember when I was younger, I lost my Tamagotchi during recess, so I'm so sorry. People sell them, though. Hopefully you can get one for cheap, though, because I think people are selling them for like 60, 70 bucks. That was 139. But maybe if you're lucky, you can find one for cheaper. I need more water. I'm messing up on my words again. Frank Senpai said, hold up. Is that a case for the Pokewalker? Yeah, it is. I got mine from Etsy. What is the shop's name? I remember linking it. That was 140. I remember linking it in the video where I talk about my experience with the Pokewalker after, I think, 30 days. It's like a somewhat recent video. So the link's there, because I think the shop's name is CJ Welcome, and then I think there's numbers. I just don't remember what the numbers are. But the link is in that description of that video. That was 141. But yeah, it's great. So like you can either get it like as like the keychain, or you can get what do they call it? Is it carabiner clip? So it depends what you want. And then if you really want to, you pay like a bit more, but you can get a custom one too. But I wanted to see first. That was 142, by the way. I wanted to see first of like how well it functions before investing like for a custom one. And so far so good, you know? Excuse me. Smoke Firebun said, Trico is the hardest starter to use in Emerald, I think. I remember. It's okay. I really don't remember. That was like a while ago. If I remember correctly, I played Emerald when I was like 11. I'm a whole 31 now. Memories from 20 years ago is a little fuzzy. That's 144. General Obvious said, for some reason, the advanced challenge theme makes me crave cornmeal-based dishes. That's funny. I just think of Saturday mornings with a bowl of cereal. Oh, Moltres. That was 145. Blue Legend said, ooh, I'd love to see you stream Explorers of Sky if you choose to. Ooh, that would be fun! I'm gonna add it to the list of games to stream. Because I wanted to first, that was 146, replay the original Mystery Dungeon games. I think I have, oh man, what game is it that I have? I think I have the blue version already ready to go on my 3DS. So I wanted to replay that first before playing Explorers of Sky. That was 147. Frank Senpai said, Etsy is such a fun and dangerous website. Wait, what makes it dangerous? So far, I don't know, throughout my years of shopping on Etsy, I've had good What is it? Good experiences. I'm curious to know what makes you think it's dangerous. What do you know that I don't know about? That was 148. General Obvious said, I'm scared of my neighbor. Why? Why is it Moltres? Whoops, that was 149. Just mashing the buttons. Frank Senpai said it's dangerous because of all the cool stuff. Because of all the cool stuff to spend money on. That's actually very valid. That's 150, by the way. I thought you meant like people are trying to scam, pull a fast one on you. But you're so right. There's so many things you could get from Etsy. That's amazing. It's the struggle of online shopping in general. Why is it still Moltres? That's 151. General Obvious said, because he's a suburban dad type. Also, he's like 45 or 50, and I think he's trying to socialize with me. I'm scared. He's going to try to get me to go. Hold on. That was 152. Go to golf and boat shows and other boring, mature things. Well, I mean, you don't have to like be besties with him, but I mean, if you're okay with just being like, hey, like saying hi and then be about your business, yeah, you just gotta let him know. That's 153. Thought you meant like maybe he's creepy. I would hope not. Smoke Firebud said, I first played Fire Red and Pokemon Blue on Game Boy when I was 5 and beat like all the Pokemon games. Then I quit like when I was 12 after beating Pokemon White. Ah, I see. That's cool. I like that you played. Wait, you mean like a Game Boy Advance or a Game Boy Color? Because I was like, wait, how did you play play Fire Red on the Game Boy Color? If it is Game Boy Color, but I'm assuming you mean a Game Boy Advance. That's 155. Still good games though. I surprisingly did not stop playing after. I feel like I fell off with Pokemon when I was in grad school. So it's like the Pokemon Switch games. It's because I didn't have time for it. That was 156. Frank Senpai, they said boats, boats, boats. General Obvious said, oh, it's not just him. My neighborhood is full of boring, mature types. They're all after me. I wouldn't look at it that way. Maybe they're just trying to be friendly. That was 157. Or I guess you could say polite. Just say hi. But I mean, if you're not interested in befriending them, you don't have to. Just politely decline. General Obvious said, dang, I was horrible at Pokemon. I played Red at like 5 or 6 and couldn't actually beat it until I was like 10. That's okay. Honestly, I really don't remember if I even beat the game back then, because I also started playing, I don't even remember which version it was, but for some reason I feel like it was blue. I definitely remember playing yellow, but I don't remember if it was blue or red first, but I want to say it was blue. But yeah, I was like 5 or 6 as well. I have no recollection. That was 159. If like how far I got into the game. I feel like I chose Squirtle as my starter because Squirtle's always been my favorite Gen 1 starter. Smoke Firebud said, yeah, I played Game Boy Advance and Color. I also beat Pokemon Gold. Oh, nice. That was 160. General Obvious said, I think I fell off around Gen 4, but I never tried Platinum, and I hear that one is really good. Oh, yes, So I only played for Gen 4, I only played Pearl, but I have Platinum on my 3DS, and when I get to Gen 4, that's the one, that's the one I plan to play for that gen. That's 161. Because, yeah, I've heard great things about Platinum as well. Smoke Firebud said, Pokemon Gold was so cool when I found out you can go to 2 regions. Yes! It was so cool that they included Kanto and Johto. There was just so many, so many cool things about it. But then again, I'm just super biased when it comes to Gen 2. Hi, Santiago! Oh my gosh, I love your, Wait, is this from Undertale or Deltarune? Either way, I love your profile picture. General Obvious said, I'm kind of being tongue-in-cheek about my neighbors. That was 163, by the way. Though I probably do need to move because it's a family-oriented area. Can't really relate to settled people or career-oriented people. I'm immature. I wouldn't say you're immature. More, maybe it's just, you just can't relate to them. You're still growing and learning. That's 164, by the way. You just gotta find your people. Or maybe, I don't know. Find somewhere, well, yeah. Find a place where there's more people, I guess, around your age. Smoke Firebud said, Pokemon Diamond was so beautiful. Yeah, the Gen 4 games were really beautiful. That was 165. Prank Senpai said, if you remember entering Cerulean Cave for the first time to capture Mewtwo and the pathway, I locked myself out by pushing a boulder in the wrong spot and couldn't get it to reset it. Oh no, that's terrible. I remember being kind of like spooked by that cave. That was 166, by the way. General Obvious asked, random question, but have you ever played Banjo-Kazooie? Yes, I have. We used to, I don't think it was mine. I think it was my nephew's, or I think, because at the time I was living with them. I think they just bought it for all of us to play. That was 167. Mind you, one of my nephews is like around my age, yeah. But so we had the Nintendo 64 and we'd take turns, and one of the games we'd play was Banjo-Kazooie. We also had the original Pokemon Snap. That was 168, by the way. Blue Legend asked, have you heard of Pokemon Championships? It looks like fun. I really want to go, but I'm in the East Coast. What do you mean? I guess I haven't heard of this. Is it like an event? That's 169, by the way. Also, me too, Blue Legend. I'm also in the East Coast. General Obvious said, I'm actually around your age, but I'm not in my expected societal life stage, if that makes sense. Oh, I understand what you mean now. Yeah, no, don't worry. Like, I know society has certain, like, milestones. By the way, that was 170. Or, like, expectations of what you're supposed to have at a certain age or whatever. But no, just go at your own pace, you know? Also, in this economy, it's rough out here. That's 171. But yeah, no, I think as long as you're happy with your life and like where you're at, or like you're working towards to where you want to be, that's what's most important. Like, don't try not, I know it's easier said than done, but try not to listen to what other people are expecting of you. That's 172. Oh, they also said, I asked about Banjo-Kazooie because I think Tank Top the turtle could be a good Pokemon, and his cry could be the cry he makes when you slam on his feet and cause them to go into his shell. I don't remember this character. I gotta Google it later. That was 173. But yeah, I remember loving Banjo-Kazooie. Smoke Firebud said The Legend of Zelda was amazing. So I've only played very few games from the Legend of Zelda series, but they are good. I really loved my favorite that I've played was the Minish Cap. I love the Minish Cap. That was 174. And then I think I also had A Link to the Past, but I don't think I ever beat it. I needed some water. Oh my god, it's already 10. And no Articuno. That was 175. General Obvious said Pokemon Indigo League, MMPR, Casper on 1995, and Ocarina of Time all have similar vibes. Hi Gavin, they said more Pokemon. Heck yeah. East Coast pizza. Pizza is good on the East Coast, General Obvious. Smoke Firebud says a lot of people judge people who play video games. Oh yeah, for sure. Unfortunately. But I mean, I feel like if it's your favorite hobby and you're not like, and it's not like, how am I trying to say this? This is 177, by the way. As long as it's not, how am I trying to say this? I guess as long as it's not affecting or negatively impacting the other areas of your life, then I think it's okay. That was 178. Weird Guy 2760. Welcome back. They said I'm back from my shower. Nice. Mag Daddy Death Jam said I'm struggling at my own pace. Yay. Struggling or just leveling up. That's 179, by the way. I mean, we all are, but I try to think of it as like, not that I'm struggling, I'm growing, I'm learning, trying to figure it out. General Obvious said, I appreciate it. Sorry for bringing up personal stuff. Wait, let me reset. That was 180. Some people online was kind of giving me a hard time about that today. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, and also don't apologize. If it's like something, how do I say this? If it was something inappropriate, I'd be like, hey, wait a minute. Maybe we shouldn't talk about this, but no, this is stuff that's like relatable, you know? That's 181. And sometimes we have these conversations on stream. So I'm glad that you felt safe enough and comfortable enough to share that with us and to vent a little bit. Oh, that was 182. Blue Legend said, Pokemon Championships is like a big event where people from around the world compete, trade, have fun, and there's a lot of merch. Ooh. Is that what they're... I remember one of my friends... Oh, I think I'm thinking of Worlds. They were saying that they're, gonna sell tickets soon. That was 183. But then they're like, oh, just kidding. We're delaying when we're gonna sell the tickets. Is that what you're talking about? I think it's gonna be in LA next year? Question mark. Frank Senpai said, being on the East Coast, which pizza is your go-to? Like, do you mean in general, like what kind of pizza I like? Or you mean like where to go for pizza? Because I feel like everyone has their opinions on where to go for pizza. But I will say I am one of those people that likes Hawaiian pizza. I also love me some cheese pizza. Just love pizza. I like pepperoni too. That was 185. General Obvious said, "Oh, Tank Top was the turtle in the swamp level. He makes a funny cry." Yeah, no, I was really young when I played Banjo Kazooie, so my memory of it is very foggy. All I remember is obviously Banjo Kazooie himself, and then the witch. That was 186. Mac Daddy Death Jam said, "I'll be alright, hopefully, gang. We're rooting for you. We will be alright. Just remember, whatever you're going through is temporary, and we will overcome it." Smoke Firebud said, "I love Link to the Past and the Minish Cap." Yes, that's 187. I remember when I first played A Link to the Past, I was younger. I think I was like around that age, 11, 10. I don't remember the exact age. But like I got really spooked from the first dungeon, so that's why I didn't make it that far. And then I remember a summer in high school is when I like beat the Minish Cap. That was 188 on my 3DS. Because I think I got it through the ambassador program. If you know, you know. And yeah, it was so fun. I have a soft spot for it. Because I love Toon Link. I love Toon Link. And I like that art style. That's 189. General Obvious said, "I live in California, so pizza is very hit and miss. But where I used to live, there was a New York style pizza place. Which was so good. Oh yeah, New York style pizza is so yum. I've also had pizza in New York. Yes, 1010. Articuno. Are we gonna? It's probably gonna show up. My bet is gonna show up in the 200s. But I'm only gonna stream for like 20 more minutes. If I'm being so for real. By the way, that was 190. General Obvious said, "Video games are good for de-stressing depending on the game." I agree, exactly. It can stimulate hair growth and promote good digestion. Wait, really? That was 191. Thanks. I don't really have close friends in real life. It's actually something I've struggled with most of my life, so it means a lot. Oh, it's okay, General Obvious. Also, that's another thing too. But then again, this is also coming from someone who has like a very small friend circle. It's not the quantity of your friends that matter. It's the quality. That was 192. And also sometimes it is hard to have those conversations. But I would hope that like at least there's one person in your life that you can talk to about these things. But at least you have us. And I'm sure, you know, like what you're going through resonates with other people too. That was 193, by the way. Oh my gosh, me too, Frank Senpai. I need me a fat NYC pizza with a long cheese pull. Agreed. Weird Guy 2760 said, "I love this recent Wonder Pick event in TCG Pocket. I bought pretty much..." Wait, let me reset. That was 194. "I bought pretty much everything because I love Quagsire so much. I got everything with Quagsire on it." Oh, I love that for you. Yeah, no, I've been meaning to do more of it because I was like, oh, I really need that Quagsire coin. Like, I really love collecting the coins, both in real life and in the game or the app. General Obvious, that was 195, by the way, said, "Oh yeah, I forgot Pokemon Indigo League has a Goofy movie vibe, especially the pizza. They're the same era too." Oh my gosh, speaking of which, I love the Goofy movie. So good. Frank Senpai said, "Hawaiian pizza is so good. Do you go for hand toss?" I tried deep dish once before in Chicago and it was pretty good. That was 196. So I usually go to Domino's for pizza. And I guess it's like whatever the default one is. But what I do love about Pizza Hut is they have the stuffed crust. But then I heard Domino's has their own stuffed crust now. I just haven't tried it yet. Oh, talk about pizza makes me want pizza. That was $1.97. But I literally had Popeyes today, so I was like, no, I can't. Maybe we'll have pizza next week or something. Can't be too... We'll have a few cheat meals, but not too many. That was $1.98. Weird Guy 2760 said, on the topic of pizza, I personally love deep dish and just cheese, but I like meat on it sometimes. You just can't go wrong with just a classic cheese pizza. But yeah, I like having meat on my pizza too, like whether it be chicken or bacon or ham or pepperoni. Sometimes you just need that protein. That was $1.99, by the way. Oh, Blue Legend said, yeah, that one. If you have time, I'd say check it out. Yeah, no, I was literally talking about this because one of my friends mentioned it to me. And I was like, oh, that would be so fun to go to. And then now we don't know when they're going to drop tickets. I forgot if they announced when they would. That was $200. But I was like, I got to save up for this if I want to go. Because, yeah, I haven't been to the West Coast in, like, forever. Like, I think the last time I went was when I was, like, a kid. And, yeah, gotta think of, like, where to stay and the flight and getting the ticket for the event. It's a lot. That's 201, by the way. General Obvious said, I played A Link to the Past on GBA as a kid. Toon Link is a puppy. He is. They also said, I had pizza in New York a long time ago. I was a kid, but I remember it was so good. Yes, you cannot go wrong with food in New York. That is 202. Like, there was a time where I made it a mission for me to, like, visit New York at least once a year. And just, always, the food is so great over there. Smoke Firebud said, The Legend of Zelda, Phantom Hourglass, and Spirit Tracks were great games for the DS. Ooh, I didn't play those. I'm gonna take a screenshot to check it out. That's funny. General Obvious said, well, hair growth and good digestion, that's still unconfirmed. I would like to see a study on that. They also said, yeah, I can't really say I've even had a small, close friend group because of moving and stuff, but maybe one day. Exactly. That's 204. It's like, you have to, unfortunately, put yourself out there, but I think it's worth it. But yeah, it is tough if you've been moving a lot. But yes, maybe one day. Slowly but surely. That's 205. Frank Senpai says, Stuffed Crust, yes. General Obvious said, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, and Pokemon, the first movie, also have a similar vibe. They're the same era and also have a scene where they bring a main character back to life. I really don't remember the first Power Rangers movie. Is this the one, or am I thinking of a different movie? That's 206, by the way. Where they were like purple slime bad guys. I might be thinking of something else. But I'm pretty sure I also watched that movie. I remember watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, the first one. That was 207. General Obvious also said, Popeyes, love that New Orleans flavor. Oh, bye, Smoke Firebud. Have a good night. Frank Senpai said, do you need a break from modern living? Do you long to shed your weary load? That was 208, by the way. JJT Rocking said, damn, this is old school Twitch style. I like it. No, literally. I was having this conversation with someone recently. And they were like, why don't you just stream it from your PC? And I was like, but it's not the same feeling. Like, I love playing on a dedicated console, handheld. Because, I mean, obviously I've been playing Emerald Sea Glass on my 3DS. So it's like I could technically, like, transfer my save file to my PC and, like, you know, just stream it from an emulator. But where's the fun in that? And then also, I wouldn't be able to include these little drawings, you know? That was 210. General Obvious said, I used to live in Chicago, but I remember a deep dish being good. Ugh, all this pizza talk. Thinking about pizza now. And I don't know if I've tried deep dish pizza before. It will be on my list next to try. Well, whenever I have pizza, I gotta order it that way. Yes, Frank Senpai, Popeyes is the best. Oh, General Obvious said that they lived in the Chicago area as a little kid. And they said they'd like to visit New York sometime as an adult. Oh my gosh, yes, you have to. Go to the Nintendo store. And that was 212. I also highly recommend going to Queens, specifically Flushing, that area. There's so many fun stores, and if you're like into claw machines, there's a bunch of good claw machines over there. Let's go gambling. General Obvious said, apparently New Yorkers are not fond of stuffed crusts, according to Karate Kid Legends. That's funny. That was 213, by the way. Frank Senpai said, that's the correct movie. Ivan Ooze. Yeah. Oh! And then General Obvious said, oh yeah, the purple ooze one is the one I was referring to. Oh, so, wow, see? I guess I do remember some things from my childhood. It was 214. Because I was like, I can't remember what movie that's from, but it's gotta be one of those. I remember there being purple slime guys. Oh, did you leave? Good night. That was 215. JJT Rocking said, I remember when I used to stream back in 2014, had a webcam set up pointed at my 3DS and with Shiny Hunt. It's taking me back to the good old days. Aw. I love that this is nostalgic for you. S.0057 asks, Cash App? I don't have a Cash App. That was 216, by the way. But I think there's a way for you to do donations on the stream? Question mark? I don't know. I've seen people do it before. I don't know how you do it. I just know it's a thing. Frank Senpai asks, where is the cat? That's a great question. You know what? She's probably sleeping in her little cardboard box house bakery thing. That was 217, by the way. What about you? Where's the void? Frank Senpai says shiny Articuno at 240. Okay, I'm taking your bet. My guess, it might be 222. Just for funsies. Oh, 218. General Obvious said, wonder if Indigo League Ash listens to Nirvana. I feel like he would. Hi, Comic Econ 1999. They said, no, that can't be Sweetheart Iris Jodo Cutie. It is. Hey, Iris, I missed you like crazy. Oh, you're so sweet. I missed you guys too. I felt really bad that, like, I don't know. Time does not feel like it's going as fast as it is in my mind. I was like, oh gosh, it's been like 2 weeks since the last stream. Or at least going by these dates. I was like, dang, we're slacking. That was 220. They also said, I hope you're amazing and feeling awesome. Oh, thank you. I am. I'm a little tired, but I'm happy to be here with you guys. It's been fun. It's always fun. Brings them by, said, tell her I said, Tell the void I said pss, 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 2. That was 221. No whammies, no whammies, literally. I remember the other day I said that to someone while I was playing my crystal clear Nuzlocke, and I was like, Frank Senpai is rubbing off on me. General Obvious asked, have you ever laughed at your cat? That was 222. Let's see if it comes up. Like, not in a bad way. I have. Like, Bella is just, she's so cute. She's very charming. She does the funniest things. Like, whenever I open the fridge, she instantly starts meowing. Because she's like, I want a little bit of mozzarella cheese. That was 223, by the way. Or a little bit of milk. She goes crazy for those. I'm like, girl, it's not your time. Or she also thinks like I'm getting her food. Because she eats wet food. That was 224. I'm trying to think of like the last time she made me laugh. Or like what she does. I'm blanking over here. Because yeah, we are running on like 2 brain cells. Frank Senpai says, the void has been well. She had a random sneeze fit for a few days going on, but medicine seemed to help so far. Oh, that's good. 225, by the way. I hope she doesn't get sick again. Because, yeah, it's always scary when your pets get sick or, like, they randomly start sneezing or stuff. Because then you're like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? Like, is this... Are you really sick or is it just something that's in the air? I don't know, I always... Well, thankfully with Bella, she's been in good health during the time I've had her. That was 226. Because I've had her for about 5 years now. Or has it been 5 years? I'm trying to remember. Because I got her when she was 1. And I think I got her in 2020? Or was it 2021? Might have been 2021, actually. Oh, that was 227, by the way. So, and she turned 5 this year. So no, it's actually been 4 years? Question mark? I don't know. It's been a good couple of years with her. But yeah, for the most part, she's been healthy. 228. Comic Econ 1999 said, that's good to hear, Iris. Makes us Pokemon Hunt fans feel good that Poke Queen Johto Cutie's here. Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, no. Even if I haven't been streaming or like posting videos, no, when I'm, I guess you could say, off the clock, that's 229. I'm still grinding in Pokemon. Because, like, when I work out, so, like, the days that I work out, I do, like, my actual workout, but I also I try to, like, get in 10K steps, like, before my other workout. And usually I'll just be hopping on my walking pad. That was 230, by the way, at home. And, like, I'm either, well, like, recently, or what I did today was I'm shiny hunting in Crystal Clear. But then before that, I was grinding in the battle tower. I cannot beat my 56 streak in the battle tower. It's driving me nuts. That's 231, by the way. The last time I had my streak broken, which was recently, I was at 53. I was like, oh, are we ever gonna get to Annabelle again? Because that's why I'm like, I really want to keep going with my current team, but I'm also like, realistically, I think I need to build a new team or something. It's 2:32. We got 3 minutes left. You're funny, Frank Senpai. Can Cat has cheeseburger? I haven't given her a cheeseburger. We just give her some cheese. A little bit. Like a little sprinkle of it. Like shredded mozzarella. She goes crazy for it. That was 233. Frank Senpai also said, the doctor told me she was healthy and possibly faking it. So she got to drink medicine as a result. Oh my gosh. I would hope she wasn't faking it, but that seems like a cat thing to do. Oh, they said my cat is 5 years old as well. She was under a year when I adopted. Oh, cute. Yeah, no, Bella was a year and a few months when I got her. But she's born in. Wait, that's why I'm like, am I doing the math right? Hold on. I feel like I gotta look it up. Wait, did I do the? I don't remember if I did the tab. I think that's 235 question mark. I'll have to double check. Because I remember I thought she was turning 60 this year, but no, she was turning 5. I was like, I'm sorry, Bella, I'm making you older than what you really are. That was 236. I'm waiting for 10:30 to stop. We're at, it's 10:29. That way I'll have enough time to get ready for bed. And like prep for work tomorrow. Frank Senpai said, mine's a typical COVID baby. Does not like other people. Aww. Bella, she like, oh, that was 237. She's like hesitant around other people. Like once she gets to know them, that's when she's like okay. But even then, sometimes she'll hide. Like for example, when I lived with my parents briefly, when I had her, they for some reason she didn't like my dad at all. She still doesn't like my dad. That was 238. But she loves my mom. But even like now when my mom comes to visit, she'll like hide. She'll be cheeky with her. But then like for example with my sister, she comes right out and like will rub against her and say hi. So I'm like, oh, you're funny when it comes to people. That was 239. All right, this will be the last one. I know I said 10:30, but it's 10:31. Let's see. We're gonna leave it off at an even number at 240. And it's freaking Moltres. That's a sign. We're done. I'm glad at least this third stream, everything's okay. So that's that. Oh, we're gonna say stop at 10:31 p.m. Alright guys, thank you for tuning in. I will let you guys know for the next one. I'm hoping sometime next week, but don't quote me on it. But if you sign up for my newsletter, you will be the first to know. Excuse me. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Have a good night or good morning or good afternoon wherever you are. Bye. Bye, Frank Senpai. Oh, hi, Ellie. We're actually ending the stream when you came. Sorry. Bye, you guys. Oh, we're going to finish it off with Emerald. The Emerald title screen playing. Bye.